Hold on one second. Hey everybody, welcome to stream. Give me just a moment or two to make sure everything's all good. So yeah, welcome to a little bit of a different stream. We're checking out a game that I had bought, and I was originally going to stream in full, decided against it after things not being set up as well as I'd like. I just didn't have enough time for my other games, and now I'm not sure if I want to stream the whole thing, so I don't think I'm going to bother. I mean, we'll see. Maybe. Today's stream is going to be very much a little on the experimental side. I want to do, say, like an hour or two of this, and then after that, we'll stop and use this to judge whether or not I want to continue this. Also, let me know if there are audio issues. This game has some weird sound mixing, and it seems like some cutscenes are really loud and some are really quiet, and the volume mixing in this is really difficult to work around, and I tried to get set the best I could, so there may be slight issues. If there's problems though, let me know and I'll try to fix it. I'll let this talk for a little bit, even though I don't care too much. Apparently this game was really good. I don't know, that's what I've heard anyway. I never played it actually. I did watch Spongebob as a kid though, and I liked the show a lot, so yeah. I mean, we'll see how this goes. Hey, Raptor, welcome to stream. I haven't watched Spongebob in a while, actually. I see it every now and then, but still.
What do you think you're doing? Oh, no, wait.
Plotline's kind of dumb from what I've seen. It's also a very, very long opening cutscene, so bear with me. I might talk a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. Actually, like I said, I never played this particular SpongeBob game. I had played another one on the GameCube that was like similar to this. I don't remember the exact name of it.
Yeah.
Might stream that someday.
Resources and the robots mixed up.
Wouldn't it be great if we had real robots to play with, Patrick? I'd name mine Robo Jr. or Zorlon or maybe Frankie.
Yeah.
Isn't there a SpongeBob movie it's supposed to be coming out this year? I think they were still going to release it this year, even though the virus is happening. I think they wanted to get it out, so I wonder what's happened to that.
It's my magic.
Old version is good. I never played it. Maybe one day. Apparently there's a lot of issues with this version of this game, which that's not great to hear about. I've also noticed the volume mixing is kind of not very good. Like, there's like uneven audio where it's like really loud at some points, really quiet at some, and like switching the volume around doesn't really help much because the sound balancing is just shitty.
You already did.
So, okay is the magic wishing word?
It used to
What was
be
the name of it again?
Alakazam.
Well, whatever. I'm gonna have to check that out when it comes out. It looks good.
But I kept forgetting it.
Apparently there's like no, maybe it's changed by now, but apparently there was like a
Last week,
mention of like there not being another season renewed for SpongeBob after the movie, so it might be ending. That's actually kind of surprising that's the case. I wouldn't think I wouldn't think Nickelodeon would like want to end it because SpongeBob's pretty much their big series.
Good night, Patrick.
Then again, it's been going on for a while. Maybe it's about time SpongeBob is over.
Gonna play with robots, gonna play with robots, gonna play with robots, gonna play with... Whoa! Gary, did you do that?
It was a weird story. I'm surprised they never reference any of the video game stuff in the TV shows, but whatever. Also, I've read some things about this that I'm not happy about, with specifically the Switch version. Which is namely that apparently Switch version has quite a few issues. I'll go over them in a little bit.
What a fantastic idea!
Hey C's, welcome to stream. Good to see you.
Important tips to help me
Glad you could make it.
How do I read the signs? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
If there's
Press this
volume
button
issues,
to read
I
the
really
signs.
apologize. I tried my best to make it not sound awful.
So if I want to come back and talk to you again, just walk up to you and press this button. I'd better get started now, Gary. I think that this is going to be a very long day.
Can Okay, we're just exploring a bunch. I like playing in, like, collectathon games. I figured I might actually enjoy this game a lot and would probably have a decent time. Also, this feels a little sluggish. I've read the controls in this are really bad on the Switch version, which is the one I'm playing, actually. So it is a little worrying. Like, I've read the controls are very different. And the only thing I've read that, like, makes any sense regarding is apparently that they may have had in mind, like, the GameCube version when they were mapping controls out, so maybe that's why the controls are weird in this version. I've messed around with it. It does feel kind of awkward, not great. Oh yeah, the Microsoft event happened today, didn't it? I think I watched a little bit of that. I didn't see, like, all of it. I only watched, like, some. I believe well, actually, I was really watching somebody, like, do their reaction to it. Somebody that I watch on Twitch pretty regularly, and I think I saw, like, when it began, but I ended up only catching, like, so much, unfortunately, because I saw, like, the middle of it, and I saw, like, a lot of the pre-show stuff, but I didn't see, like, all of the actual presentation. I think I missed it because I was a little bit busy with some stuff when that was going on. I mean, I wasn't really super awake when it was happening either, so there's that. Let's see, the big thing I remember was Halo was, like, a thing that was, like, really, really talked about. There was one game I remember in particular that looked really, really good, too. Okay, there we go, to the door. I haven't actually checked out the Forza stuff. Maybe I'll play it sometime. I mentioned I like collectathons, and I'm a little bit sad that Microsoft, like, sits on so many good series they don't use. Not like it's all their stuff, obviously. They got good series, but I wish Rare would have, like, more games. They only use them to make that pirate game. I know it's not a bad game. In fact, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I think it's Sea of Thieves. Can I actually get up here? Maybe? No? Guess not. But yeah, that game looks nice. I've heard nothing but good things about it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't want Banjo-Kazooie back, because I really, really want to play Banjo-Kazooie again, or play, like, a new one. It'd be nice. Hey, Wayne, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. Can I open this? No? Doesn't seem like it. It's not really letting me, as far as I can tell. I thought I had a ground pound. Might be misremembering. Oh, yeah, you do have a ground pound. It's not opening. Whatever. We'll go to another doorway. Wait, can I actually open this?
Oh, we can't. Cool. All my old comic books.
Yeah, I can see. Or while you're asking me if I can hear you, I can see your messages because I'm not talking. Oh yeah, well, that's something I want to talk about in a little bit, and it's relating to a future stream, actually, though. Something that'll be fun, I think. I want to do it this week, and it's going to be like a series that works out, but we'll see. So, yesterday, if you guys were keeping up on Discord, I was working on something particular. I was, like, busy where I was trying to test, like, a program for stream stuff, which is a little complicated, but not super complicated. So I think some of you guys probably already know this, but Discord has, like, several things they work on, and they're, like, separated into multiple teams. Well, there's actually a particular app that's, like, developed by the Discord team. Well, this app is called Parsec, and it's good for multiplayer stuff. I mean, really good. I used it after a little bit yesterday. I've used it before, actually, but it's good for playing, like, what's the right word I'm looking for? Net play, yeah, there we go. You use it, you set up, like, a little thing for multiplayer, and then people can connect to you and use is like the connection to, like, play games together, I guess. It's kind of hard to describe what I'm talking about, but I think you guys can understand what I'm referring to. It's really, really nice. I think there was a little bit of lag, but I tested it yesterday, and overall, things went really well. It just needed a little bit of, like, setup, and I want to use this for streams in the future. Like, I want to use this to do a bunch of different stream games I'm interested in. Word Origami King yesterday. Cool. I've been playing it and I've been really enjoying it. I can imagine you'll be able to catch up to where I'm at in the game like relatively quickly because I'm only like 5-ish hours in. I've got through like the first chapter and started on quite a bit of the second chapter, so yeah, I can imagine you can get caught up to where I'm at in the stream pretty quickly. Also planning to not go at as fast of a rate as possible since I kind of want to take my time and do like some other stuff on the side. Oh boy, this is going to take a little bit to get the timing on this set of jumps right. Bear with me. I'm going to see if we can get this working. Jeez, this is only like the first part. You're in SpongeBob's house, for God's sake, and they're making you platform around like this and try to avoid falling down. Not really too forgiving. I think I'm gonna have to reset the timer again, because it's like barely any time to work with. Maybe it's just me. This doesn't seem like a very forgiving platforming game, though. The collectathoning, and this is kind of hard. Hold on a second before I read. I'm sorry if I can't read it right away, guys. I'm just like really trying not to fuck this up.
This is where I keep all my
God,
old comic books.
this is actually not even worth bothering in this. I'm gonna fucking get out of this room in the game and yeah, let's go check another room. Unless this is literally a necessity. I'm sick of doing this. I don't care about doing a platforming section in a game that's not really that great to try and 100% the game, and I don't feel like I'm gonna be playing it for more than like a single playthrough anyway. Let's just check another room. I think I'm playing it a lot. That's good. I mean, I hope it's going to be worth it. I really like what I played of Origami King. Alright, there's the golden spatula we need to actually get the fuck out of SpongeBob's house. I have a lot of things that I want to play on stream. We'll see what happens over the next few days. I think we can do some good stuff. Oh yeah, so, like I said, and yeah, we were gonna do Parsec stuff. I almost forgot I was getting stuff set up. I didn't even like go over games that I was gonna play on it. So yeah, let me explain this to the best of my ability. Yeah, it's over NetPlay, but anybody can connect. The only thing that might be necessary is if your internet's fast enough. I don't even know if that's a necessity. It might work. I had somebody try to connect and their internet wasn't really working with Parsec, unfortunately, but it's really good for playing games over NetPlay. I used it yesterday to play Mario Party 1 with a friend, and it went well. Like, I was using emulation stuff. I want to set up like a stream where we can do a whole bunch of different games. Oh god, that is kind of really choppy looking. I mean really choppy looking. Ugh.
Trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula again, eh, Plankton? Well, you won't get away with it.
I've got bigger fish to fry. I've got to figure out how to regain control of the chum bucket from those robots.
Where did they come from?
Where? I don't know. Not for me, though, that's for sure. They just showed up out of nowhere and started calling me rude names and throwing things. They even bent all my spoons.
Oh no, they bent all his spoons. How could
like
they?
They were my children.
That's terrible.
Only SpongeBob would believe a story like this.
Before they bend all my forks.
Not the forks! Of course I'll help. But wait, I'm supposed to collect a whole lot of golden spatulas.
Golden
By the way, since I was bringing up Parsec, if you guys like want to do like specific games, you can recommend stuff. Like we can do like certain multiplayer titles, because I want to set up a lot.
You've got a deal.
The idea right now, which I'm not certain how much I'm going to expand upon, is that we'll do, I think it was going to be Mario Party 1, obviously, because that's one I want to play on stream with you guys. I think it'll be fun. So that's an easy one that I was going to bring up. Also, Super Smash Bros, like the original Super Smash Bros. Just a second. Bubble Buddy, huh? I haven't seen him in so many episodes.
You're going to need to learn
I think they brought him back in some season or something.
Going to journey to the 9th dimension
I don't know why.
defeat the giant
It's
monkey
fine
man.
being a one-off character.
But, all I need to do is figure out how to get rid of these robots.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I've been in the soap bottle a little too long. Where were we?
Something about new bubble moves?
Right! Press this button, and you'll launch yourself straight up in the air
Right,
with
the
bubble power
headbutt
that
thing.
defeats anything that is directly above you. Try it out!
Let me see. Just remember to play a bunch of old Mario titles. I've been thinking about like doing some special stuff this year. Honestly, I'm a little bit shocked about the lack of like first-party news from Nintendo. It makes me a little bit sad because I like their games a lot, and it's been just silence this year, especially like we haven't had anything announced since Paper Mario and the Origami King, like, period, and that does worry me at least a little bit. Like, I do want to actually play other stuff this year, and the rumor mill for Nintendo stuff has been like, okay, I don't know why that happens. I think that like stops you from going out of bounds, but is this whole part out of bounds? What the fuck? If so, that's not really a lot you can explore. Also, that pop-in doesn't look the best, honestly. That's weird. It's like a loading zone, and when you go in the loading zone, it screws with you, so you have to like actually specifically enter it. That's really weird coding. Like, why let you see the loading zone and not touch it? Whatever, I guess, not really that big of a deal. But yeah, there's a lot of things that were rumored this year, and I think there was like a post on Reddit or something where there was like a clarification of like what was going on with Nintendo. They talked about like how they had their initial statement was mistranslated, which is weird. Like it was initially translated as they wouldn't have any delays, and then suddenly it's retranslated, and like it turns out they said there were going to be a lot of possible delays, which I don't know how you mistranslate something to be the exact opposite of the intended message. A little weird.
What sock?
The one you're
Patrick,
standing on.
you are so weird.
Oh, that one. It's
Why does he even need socks? He doesn't even wear them. He just goes around without any footwear at all.
Well, if that
Whatever.
one's lost, where are your other socks?
Well, they're more lost. A bunch of robots came through here and stole my whole sock collection. I could use some help getting them back.
Sure thing, Patrick. What are best friends for?
Okay, then. For every 10 socks you bring back to me, I'll give you
Oh, Patrick, you moron. Dumbest character in
You mean
SpongeBob, but he
Angela?
is lovable. Makes
Bless
some funny moments.
Boy, Patrick will be glad
Gotta
to have
collect
this
a
back.
bunch of socks that he probably has no actual use for because he doesn't wear them, so whatever. It's no point in trying to argue SpongeBob logic. I wouldn't even mind talking about SpongeBob for a while. I haven't watched it in a long while, and I don't remember everything about the show, but I do remember, like, I've seen a lot of the good episodes. Oh god, which button was the ground pound again? I just did it, and I don't remember which one I hit to do it. Okay, B button on the air. There we go. 99, you mean like it was created in 1999? I'm not actually entirely certain. I don't know exactly what year it was, but I do remember, like, everybody says nowadays, like, only watch seasons 1 to 3 and then, like, skip around because apparently the later seasons are not as good. I haven't really watched it in so long that I don't actually remember, like, specifics about exactly what parts of SpongeBob were good and bad, so I don't remember it amazingly well. It's been a long time since I've sat down and watched it properly, but for as long as I can remember, there were a lot of good SpongeBob episodes. You've seen every episode? That's impressive, considering, like, there's a lot of them. I think the only show I could say that I've watched, well, I thought a short series, I'm not even entirely sure how many of those I can mention. I guess JoJo, whatever. That's not even a short series, but you know what I'm trying to say. I've seen all the JoJo episodes. If I take this button, press X. Okay. Okay, this is another thing like this.
Push, push,
Seems like this takes a bit of inspiration from, like, Banjo-Kazooie in terms of the platforming. Too bad it's not as good. Definitely a lot rougher. Oh, great. So you gotta have, like, perfect timing. There's gotta be like hundreds of episodes of SpongeBob by now, though. There are so many, like, that's really impressive to see every episode of SpongeBob. I know I wouldn't be able to watch all of them because I'm just not. Well, I don't really pay that much attention usually when I watch. So usually I watch like a bit, and some of them have been not that great. Some episodes of SpongeBob are really bad, and it's like I don't even want to watch because of how awful they are. Like there was that one episode where they had that plot line with Squidward, and it was like he was sneezing ink or something, and it was really, really disgusting and not very fun to watch. That was one of those episodes that I haven't really seen like a lot of, but I saw enough to know that I didn't like it, and I was already grossed out when I saw like the basis for the plot for that episode. It was one that I didn't want to see. Well, a lot of the old ones are ones I remember really well. Some of the newer ones are good, but it's been like hit and miss with like a lot of SpongeBob stuff.
SpongeBob, this flapping
that is not Mr. Krabs. At least not the Mr. Krabs I know. That's a bootleg voice.
No more Krusty Krab.
Who the hell is this Mr. Krabs?
Krab means no more fry cooking for you.
I think the best joke I've heard about this voice is somebody even calling it imitation Krabs. It works really well as a joke.
Gullible, I'm gonna help you out, and of course make a small profit in return. I've got a few golden spatulas that I'll be willing to trade to you for some of those shiny objects.
Ooh. Much you talking here, I could use those since they're like the main collectible. Oh, we can just fucking punch him. Kind of deserves it. He's a greedy asshole.
Looking a bit light, boy. Do you think I've got bilge water on the brain?
Maybe.
I'm running a charity here. Come back when you've got enough shiny
Are
objects
you
to trade.
fucking serious? 3,000? That's a lot to trade for one spatula. Jesus. Let's see here. I guess we should try going to the other area that's not locked now, because I've probably got most of the ones we can get by SpongeBob's house. Let's try looking around this game a little bit. Let's see if I can look for some of the best episodes. I remember the one I think I liked a lot, though, was like, let's see, I think one I remember was like the episode about Patrick where he's trying to get an award. He was like following SpongeBob around the whole day. That was a really, really good one. I remember that a lot. He was like, started imitating SpongeBob, and then at the end of the episode, he won an award for nothing. That was a good one. A lot of the old episode plot lines are really funny, honestly. Oh. Well, looks like this robot's trying to murder Squidward. That's not good. Well, looks like you're about to get stung, Squidward. Sorry, can't help you there. I did feel a little bad for Squidward always being the butt of everyone's jokes, but he kind of doesn't really help himself by being an asshole.
Squidward, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay, you barnacle head. Do I look like I'm okay?
Yes.
Well, your nose is pretty big. I mean, bigger than usual because it's usually pretty big. And you look clammy. And oh my gosh, you're bald!
Okay, I'm gonna admit the jokes in this are actually pretty good. Especially the bald thing. That's totally like SpongeBob to point out something that's not even important.
Well, according to the Jellyfisher Field Manual, severe jellyfish stings can be treated effectively by applying a thick layer of king jellyfish.
Is it just me, or does it look like SpongeBob is T-posing right now? Or at least it did for a second.
Well, I guess you're off to scale Sport Mountain and die a horrible death under the vicious tentacles of King Jellyfish.
Yeah, gee, thanks for making it sound great.
I'll stay here, balled up here in excruciating pain.
You do that! Don't worry, Squidward.
This voice is weird. I remember this from other episodes, though.
Rub all over yourself.
Yeah, okay, sure. Whatever. Let's go get started on that now. Hold on a second. You guys still there? Just checking because YouTube's counter's acting a little funny. I don't know if it's glitched out or what. I was waiting on the dialogue a little bit before I started saying anything else. Like I said, I don't like interrupting games more than I need to. Yeah, okay, I think so. I don't know what's going on. I just trying to make sure. The voice acting, I mean, that's SpongeBob's, like, I don't know what that voice is called. It's in certain episodes where SpongeBob does whatever that voice is at random. I don't know what the name for it is, though. I know that's in a few episodes, though. Some kind of more manly-sounding voice that SpongeBob can use. Let's see, where was I? I was going to talk about another episode, and I got sidetracked, and it was related to something going on here. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was about Squidward that I wanted to talk about.
Opening presents?
Yeah, I'm okay. I think we're good. Homeward Bound. I think I don't remember. I swear I remember that name. I feel like I might have seen Homeward Bound, but I don't remember what that is. To jog my memory a little bit. That does sound familiar. I may have actually seen those, though. But yeah, where was I? I was talking about Squidward episode. Oh, yeah. You guys remember the episode about, like, Squidward where he was trying to sell his house? You've seen that one? That was a classic SpongeBob episode. I remember that one really well. Also, I apologize. I've said it before, and I hate saying it over and over again, but it's kind of an issue. Like, the volume mixing in this game is not very good, so there might be some issues where certain points the game's louder than me, and other points where I'm louder than it, where the volume mixing is, like, not very good. I can't really do much about that, because the game's audio is just really weird. I tried to test it when I was, like, setting up, and it just is all over the place. I couldn't get it set to a volume that was comfy for the whole game when I tried. Unless there was some way to fix this, which I haven't found anything like that. Maybe PC version offer some sort of fix to get the volume in a better shape. Dog movie? I'm not certain. I can't recall if I've seen that or not. It definitely sounds familiar to me, but I think it's because I don't remember a lot of stuff perfectly well. But yeah, you guys remember the episode where Squidward was trying to sell his house? That was a fun one to watch in SpongeBob. Especially when Patrick and SpongeBob were like impersonating Squidward the entire time. I'm Squidward, I'm Squidward, that's funny. No, I'm Squidward. No, I'm Squidward. Is there anybody in this house who isn't Squidward? That was funny. One of my favorite episodes. SpongeBob had some really good old episodes. It's a shame a lot of them I've seen now just don't seem like they're as fun to watch. Never seen that one? You need to watch it sometimes then. I don't remember what the name of it is, unfortunately. It's a good older episode, though. It is definitely one I remember really, really well. 125. Is there a way to look at how many I'm holding right now? Let's see. Okay, wait, what? Oh, you just have to push a button. Okay, never mind. Oh! Paywall to fix a bridge. That's kind of dumb, but whatever. You don't think you've watched it? There's a lot of SpongeBob episodes. I mean, it's easy to miss some and not see all of them. Like I said, I think most of the best ones are like early episodes. There are a lot of good ones I remember. The one I remember like really well that I remember liking a lot, Krabby Patty instructional video thing was like really, really good. Really dumb but really funny with like a lot of gags going in it that were honestly funnier than they should have been just for stupid little shit going on in the episode. Like one of mine I remember being really funny was just a stupid slogan they came up with. Poop. People eat our patties. Like, yeah, you couldn't come up with a better slogan than poop, really? That's the slogan you're using? I don't know, I found that joke to be really funny and really dumb. SpongeBob is filled with stupid jokes like that, though. It was really, really fun to see those kind of jokes. Also, the fucking part at in the episode where there's that kid, like, sitting outside. I think I need to bungee jump or something to get this stuff instead of going directly down there. Yeah, if I do that, I should be able to collect all that and come back to this area. Let me see. What episode? I don't remember what it's called. You get, I think it's like a Krabby Krusty Krab training video or something like that. I forget what the episode name is. It's good. There's a lot of episodes of SpongeBob that are really great that I remember, like a lot of older ones that are fun to watch. But there's so many that are good. Seems like there's a lot of stuff that's like borrowed from certain episodes too, like this whole King Jellyfish thing is like a plot line for a certain episode too. I remember like we're hunting down the jelly, but there was like an episode specifically where SpongeBob went after the King Jellyfish and caught it to impress some guy, whatever he was, a pickle or cucumber or something. I don't remember the details of that episode like super well, but I remember watching it. There's a lot of good cartoons I remember watching back in the day, honestly, that I honestly would really like to sit down and rewatch. Too bad not a lot of those shows get the same love as stuff like SpongeBob, but I guess not all of them were as popular. What is this thing? What does that say? Tartar. Huh. That's what's sitting in there. Interesting. Like the little attention to detail, at least. Alright, where was I? Oh, talking about TV shows. Yeah. We need to watch some of those when I get around to it. Since I'm, like, slowing things down and starting to work on my schedule, like, stuff to do for streams, like, I might actually suggest we do some actual usage of Trast in the near future. Because I do want to watch some shows with you guys on there eventually. I've been meaning to, just haven't really found a lot of time for it, but I think now we're getting better time for it. Most of my shows I watched back in the day, I think, were Cartoon Network shows. There's some that are better, like on other networks, obviously, that I like, but a lot of it was that. That's really just dependent, though. Like, every network that I watched had some decent stuff. I think the main three were Cartoon Network, Disney, and also Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon had some really good shows, and same with Cartoon Network. I remember a lot of Disney stuff, but I didn't really watch Disney as much as the other two. Let's see. Trying to think on classic ones, but ones that I haven't talked about a lot. I mean, I can talk about some of the ones that I like from Cartoon Network, or really any of them that I haven't already talked about, or just bring up certain stuff in general, that problem, but it would be nice to bring up some newer stuff I haven't talked about. Oh, actually, you know, there are a few I don't think I've talked about very much. I remember back in the day, I wasn't like super into it, but I did recall that I enjoyed watching the Powerpuff Girls. It was a bit of a weird show, but it was enjoyable. I remember I watched quite a few episodes of it. I never really got into it as much as like their other shows. I don't know, something about it just didn't really matter that much to me, but it is a really amusing show for like a superhero themed show, especially with all the monster fighting and the town getting destroyed over and over again because of like carelessness. Let's see. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one that I really like that I should talk about that I haven't watched in forever. I don't know how many people here have heard of it. This is an old Cartoon Network show. I don't know how popular it got, but it was called Two Stupid Dogs, and it was honestly really funny. I don't think it got like a huge amount of runtime, unfortunately, but it was really, really good. I think there were like 3 seasons or something. They were all pretty good, and I remember rewatching them like recently. Like, the episodes are very, very simplistic. Let me see. Eating a Krabby Patty? That's interesting. Yeah, there's some weird SpongeBob episodes out there. I think I may have seen this, but I'm not actually certain, because there's a lot of SpongeBob plot lines. There's a lot of good episodes, and there's a lot of bad ones. Actually, I don't think I've seen the one about the eating a Krabby Patty. That sounds familiar, though. Let's see, hold on a second. So, how do I reach these spots? My jump doesn't extend very far. This doesn't stay up in the air long enough to go anywhere. I guess I'm not able to. Whatever. You don't think you've watched it? Well, it's an old show. I don't know how old it is. It was good, but it was as the show described, it was about these two dogs, and they got into really dumb situations, and it was always like really simplistic shit where they were trying to, like, for one, they were like trying to get Girl Scout cookies in like one episode. Let's see, what else was there? I think a lot of them revolved around like them trying to get food and stuff like that. They always had like a really dumb idea in mind, and they would go about trying to use these ideas, like get this thing they wanted, and
Fresh like a spring breeze.
basically revolve around these really simplistic plot lines, and the show was pretty humorous and really dumb. I enjoyed watching it. There were some really good episodes of it too. Really, really fun.
Meow, meow.
Meow!
Wow, a bungee jump for a golden spatula.
Okay, where was I? Robot Boy, I
Sparkly.
meant to look that up again. I swear I know that name from somewhere, but I don't remember very well. But yeah, Two Stupid Dogs is good. There's a lot of episodes of it, and they're really fun to watch. Oh, I think I remembered one. I remember, like, the details were very well. Like, it wasn't always food-based shit. It was, like, them doing, like, dumb shit, though, because they were just had, like, really simplistic things in mind. One of the episodes was, like, them trying to sneak into, like, a movie theater for some reason to watch something, and it was really, really dumb and really, really funny. I remember they, like, put on, like, a bunch of different disguises to try and get into the movie theater, too, and it was really funny. One of my favorites, I wish I could remember the plot better. It was, like, a really dumb episode. There's, like, quite a few recurring characters in the show. One of them's this, like, really dumb girl. It's like, she's like Little Red Riding Hood, and she bothers the dogs in like a few of the episodes. Also really, really creepy too. Like, she's like really loud and kind of scary at some moments in the show. Not really that scary, but like weird little girl that seems almost like a psychopath, the way she's interacting with these dogs. Like, she was one of the recurring characters, and she was an interesting one to say in the least part. I think there was like one episode where she took the dogs to like try and take them as her own. She was weird. Another one I remember was like, there was another character in the show that was really good, and I don't remember his name, if he even had a name. It was like he was like a bald character or something, but he was like really loudmouth, and basically it caused like a lot of conflicts in the show, I think. And he had some really dumb and really funny scenes in it, though.
Like
I remember this one scene really well. Let me see if I can find it really quick. This is like a clip from the show I recommend really well. I'm only gonna be able to show you guys the audio, but let me look for this really quick. See if this is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's this dumb character from the show. This is an old one. That Two Stupid Dog show. Yeah, this clip. It's a bird, like, singing, and he's screaming at the bird as the bird screws up on the singing. This character is really, really dumb. I love this shit as a kid, but still find it funny. Basically makes the bird fall over from them screaming with this horrible singing. It's got like a lot of moments like that in it. It's a really good show. There were a lot of like old shows in Cartoon Network that had that kind of charm to them from like how dumb they were. Honestly, one of these days, we really do need to just like binge on like old cartoons or watch whatever. There's a lot of good stuff that I feel like would be worth it. Oh man. There's a lot of shows that I really loved as a kid. Search up Robot Boy. Okay, I'll have to check that sometimes. I think there's like quite a few robot-based characters. Why I keep saying that? I'm thinking about video games, but yeah, the Cartoon Network is like had in the past. That's probably why it's easy to mix it up and not know for sure. I remember there were like at least 2 or 3 that I remember. Well, I say 2 or 3. I don't remember like an immediate one, but I'm sure I remember another show that I can't remember the name of right now. Like one of them is Robot Jenkins or whatever his name was. That was a pretty decently popular show for a little bit. I don't know if it, like, stayed on air for a lot. Was it Jenkins? Whatever the hell it was. Robot Jones, maybe? Like, that show. I remember that one decently well. There were some odd shows on Cartoon Network. I could talk about their shows for a while, because I've watched Cartoon Network back in the day when it was fairly popular and watched it most of my life, so I've seen like a lot of stuff from Cartoon Network. Got a lot of good shows and a lot of bad shows. Let's see. I'm trying to think like what the first show I actually saw from them is. I think probably Looney Tunes, actually. I really, really like Looney Tunes still. I mean, things have not been the best for the series, but still one of their best series they've had on Cartoon Network as a whole. Like, Looney Tunes is a classic. I couldn't count how many episodes of Looney Tunes I've watched. Just a lot of great ones. That is when it's not busy being creepy as fuck and having some really weird episodes. I'm curious, how many of you guys here have actually seen Looney Tunes? I have a feeling like most people who watch Cartoon Network have probably seen Looney Tunes in some capacity or another. There's like a lot of stuff that Cartoon Network used it for, and they've attempted to reboot it in various forms before, which I didn't really care for all of those. Like, they did like that Baby Looney Tunes thing, which it wasn't that terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't amazing either. I remember seeing Baby Looney Tunes back in like 2000s or whenever the hell they actually... I think I need an upgrade to do anything with this. Okay, we're gonna have to ignore that then. Well, yeah, something like time like the 2000s or something. I remember Baby Looney Tunes like somewhat well to show that all the characters are babies for some reason that didn't make a lot of sense. Let's see, trying to think. Oh yeah, I remember I was talking about the creepier episodes. I remember one of them that's particularly fucked up, and it was like about Daffy Duck. Like there was one where like Daffy Duck was like, I think it was like he wasn't able to sleep or something, and then like later in the episode, there's like somebody like stalking him and trying to get him in the episode, and it's revealed that it's like a killer chasing after him, and it's really disturbing, like some famous serial killer or something, and like as the episode goes on, like it gets really messed up, like he actually dies, and you see Daffy like surrounded by like a bunch of like evil characters. They're like either monsters or killers or like something, and like the implication in the episode is that Daffy goes to hell. It's like really disturbing, especially considering the kids are watching it still. Like Looney Tunes is still pretty big with kids. I remember that episode being fucking creepy as hell. I wish I could remember the details, but really, really well. Honestly, some of the episodes of Looney Tunes got really weird at some points. Another one I remember like being really... I don't know if I'd say creepy is the right word or not, but there was one like where Bugs Bunny was like trying to sneak into like a musical thing for the whole episode, and I remember like there's this guy who was like, I think he was singing, I don't remember the exact plot line they went with, and like he kept trying to sneak into this place multiple times and getting kicked out by like this big muscular guy, incidentally the same guy who was like trying to put on the performance, and like near the end of the episode, you basically see Bugs Bunny get like beat up really badly, and it doesn't sound like it's bad, but I remember it being particularly creepy in the way they animated it. Ugh, it was a good show, but like, God, they had some weird moments. I think a lot of older shows had this, like where they were good, but for some reason the series creators put in some not so normal episodes that were disturbing, to say the least.
Take that!
Oh, actually, let's see. Talking about TV shows, and I'm talking about disturbing stuff, I feel like this is one that I can't just glance over. How many of you guys remember watching Courage the Cowardly Dog, or have actually seen it? That's an old show, but it's like classic, and for good reason. Courage was like one of those shows I remember really well, and were mostly good, but like, some of the episodes in that show got a little screwed up at times. Like, they were really, really good, though. God, I remember so many fond memories of that show. Too bad a lot of the episodes bordered on fucking weird as hell. Like, the barber episode was really, really strange and creepy, and I can't really say exactly what it is that freaked me out about it. Hang on a second. Is chat working? Just gotta check, because I don't see any messages in some time. Let me reload my YouTube page. I'll send a message really quick to make certain. I don't see any messages, though, outside of my own.
Mermaid Man! I have all your comics and
Oh, hey,
toys
Mermaid
and
Man. Remember this character. A lot of good episodes about Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy, and SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah, it's that Sponge Kid.
Oh,
No,
voice isn't the
what
right
was I
voice, though,
supposed
either,
to
I don't
tell
think.
you?
Whatever.
That Patrick is surrounded by robots and needs my help.
I guess it is a little hard to get, like, all the original voice actors together.
No, I think it had something to do with massaging my feet.
Well, if massaging your feet will save Patrick, then massage
Ugh.
I must.
Help! They're making me hit myself!
Oh, right. About to unlock Patrick, so there's, like, multiple
Massaging
unlockable
your feet
characters.
isn't working. I think I'd better try a more direct approach.
By clipping my toenails?
Ugh. Please stop talking about clipping your toenails and massaging your feet.
Patrick!
But yeah, like I was saying, it's called Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was an older show on there alongside like a lot of old Cartoon Network shows, but it was a classic. A lot of people remember Courage really well, and myself included. Courage was like a show that had like a lot of weird episodes, and it had like really interesting plot lines. Like, it was not your average Cartoon Network show, but it was really good. Oh, he's going on his tongue. I guess that fits SpongeBob's character pretty well, but still. But yeah, there were some strange episodes. The pilot episode was already pretty creepy too. Like, I guess I can give out the basic synopsis of how the show is like set up, because it's explains things somewhat decently. So I'm not gonna explain everything by telling you guys, but it'll get the basics out of the way. And basically, Courage is a dog that's like abandoned, and he gets adopted by this lady named Muriel. I forget what her last name is, but yeah. Hold on a second. Let me see. Patrick, help. You just Patrick help him. He's unreachable. Okay. So we just gotta go and get a bunch of stuff done so we can reach Patrick. That's easy enough. But yeah, Muriel and, oh yeah, I guess this, I don't know if they told us her actual last name or just her last name is like, she's married to this man named Eustace, and well, they adopted Courage. Eustace is not particularly fond of Courage either. He kind of hates Courage and ends up blaming a lot of stuff on Courage. And the plot line is like Muriel ends up in trouble a lot. Courage has to save Muriel. All sorts of shit ends up happening in the show. Like, they live in the middle of nowhere. That's literally part of the show's intro, even. Like, they tell you this, and it's like crucial to. Okay, I guess I died. Whatever. Doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, they live in the middle of nowhere, and all this crazy shit happens to them, and it leads to some really, really weird and interesting episodes in the show. Like, there are some strange plot lines that are really good. Like, I think the plot episode was, yeah, the pilot episode was like really weird and creepy. Basically, the plot and pilot. Why do I keep calling it plot? You know what I'm trying to say. I think since the word's similar, and I'm not thinking it out straight. But yeah, pilot episode involved this weird plotline involving an alien chicken, and basically it's an alien that invades Earth, and for whatever reason this alien decides that it wants to abduct Eustace. So some really strange shit happens in the episode. You see like them sleeping, I think, near the start of it, and you see like a little bit like this chicken like invading, and like setting stuff up, and when they're like asleep, I don't remember all the episode details. I'm probably remembering this a little wrong, but I think I remember like it sneaks into their bedroom in the middle of the night and takes off with Eustace, and then Courage hears what's going on and like tries to go investigate what's causing the commotion, and he ends up spotting this fucking chicken running off with Eustace and taking him away to its spaceship, and the whole episode is like him trying to stop it. And there's some really weird shit going on, like it's hard to even put into words how fucking strange this episode is. Like when you see the chicken, there's like a machine hooked up to like the spaceship, and I'm pretty sure it was like literally like pulling his head off with a toilet plunger or some shit, and then it basically takes Eustace's head, and then it puts his head onto its body. It is freaky and weird. I think it tried to kill Courage too. It got really fucking strange. We gotta go. Alright, later, C's. Thank you for hanging out and stopping by either way. I appreciate the company. Like, I genuinely do appreciate you guys stopping by and hang out with me. But yeah, it's filled with all sorts of shit. I'll keep talking about this for a little bit. There's like a lot of weird plot lines. Like, I don't remember what the ending of the episode was besides they killed off the chicken. Something along the lines, they're making like food out of the eggs or something. It was weird, and like it's signaling this chicken villain isn't dead completely.
Like a new sponge.
Alright. Good night, C's. Thanks for stopping by. I'll probably be on for, I don't know, another hour-ish maybe, depending. I'm not going to be going too long. I might stop depending where I end up in just a little bit. I don't really think I'm going to do a whole lot of this. The idea was I'd do an hour or two and then stop. I was planning to start like an hour ago, but some shit going on outside which stopped me.
Whew.
Patrick, finally.
You're safe, Patrick.
Now we can switch playable characters, I think.
Why wouldn't I be?
Well, the robots
Right,
and the...
whatever, Patrick.
Oh yeah, I found this for you. I don't know what it is,
goody.
but it looks important.
Thanks, Patrick. I tell you what, all that running around has left me pooped. Why
Also,
don't you
tomorrow I've got
continue on for
another
a bit?
surprise for you guys. Which, well, I say is surprise. Well, really, it's probably going to be a surprise. It's either going to be that I do this other game I have as a surprise, or I end up doing
That's much better.
like Parsec. We'll see which happens tomorrow. Like, I want to do multiplayer stuff really badly, but I don't know if I'm going to have it set up or not. So, if it's ready, yeah, we'll do some Parsec stuff. We can do like a whole bunch of multiplayer games. If not, then I have another game that I wanted to do a one-off of that I think I'll potentially stream, so we'll see how that goes. Let's talk a little more about TV shows. I was talking about Courage, though. There's a lot of weird episodes like this. They're all strange plot lines. There's one where there's like a fucking weird infestation that happens in like the household. Like, there's a lot of good ones, and basically Courage, I don't remember if it's Courage's fault or whatever, like they plant some plants and it turns into this terrible infestation where these plants like grow into this like carnivorous plant that are just trying to eat everything, and Courage has to go and stop the plant and like kill them basically. Otherwise it'll like harm everybody in the household. The whole episode involves Courage like looking around the house and running from these things while like looking on his computer to like find it and wait it and be rid of them. It's really good. The show's got a whole bunch of bizarre plot lines in it. Courage the Cowardly Dog is like one of my favorite shows. It's genuinely what I'd say is a classic for Cartoon Network standards. Like, it was really good. Alongside a lot of other stuff, Ed, Edd and Eddy is also like classic for Cartoon Network, so yeah, there's a lot of fun shows on Cartoon Network. Where am I supposed to go with this? I don't know where the game wants me to go. Maybe if I... No? That's weird. Give me a second or two, I'm trying to figure out what this wants. Keys. Okay, you can pick up the tiki boxes, that's fine. Throw fruit upstairs. Throw it again. So, what, am I supposed to throw it over the thing over there? Oh, I see what I need to do that I didn't do. Let's see. Oh, another episode of Courage, I remember there was one where it was like a weird thing that happened with Eustace. Basically, his foot had some fungus growing on it or something, and his foot gets infected, and the whole episode is like SpongeBob hearing this, because it's like this creepy, weird plot line. Like, it's not any ordinary foot infection. The show has like an infatuation with doing these weird setups for like certain plot lines, and one of them, like, the thing is very strange. It's like a criminal's, like, apparently the foot or something, like, it possesses and uses his foot, and Courage is trying to stop it the entire episode. It's bizarre. That's just a show for you. I think it's probably the weirdest show I can name from Cartoon Network, at least. There's just a lot of strange stuff they did back in the day. Courage was definitely one of their bizarre shows. Yeah, it's like in Courage doing like these heists, this weird foot thing, and trying to save Eustace from it. It's bizarre. But you need to watch some of these shows. Cartoon Network had a treasure trove of old classics that were really, really good.
Talking to me.
Rock, really, Patrick?
I am at your command.
Down here, you big pink lummox.
Oh, hi there, Mr. Plankton. Are you going to vaporize me to death?
So very tempting. Unfortunately, I
second.
found myself in the undesirable position of having to assist you.
I should have linked the stream by now, I forgot. Let me just do that. There. Okay, I think we're all good.
I was in an undesirable position yesterday.
Oh, Patrick,
Now my
you
neck hurts.
poor simpleton.
Heed my words, my large future minion. Go into Jellyfish Cave. Follow the instructions on the signs that you see. At the end of the caves, you'll still be a big pink idiot, but you'll know enough to help defeat the robots and get me back into the chum bucket.
Well, then will you vaporize me?
I might spare your life so I can force you to work in my sweatshop making low-quality design and knockoff wallets.
Oh, thank you.
I remember hearing something really interesting about SpongeBob like a day or two ago, actually. It was regarding Plankton and the chum bucket, and like why nobody ever eats at the chum bucket, and it's not because like the Krusty Krab is just better. It was like an actual like a specific thing that described like something about the restaurant. Like it was particularly about the word chum, I think, and it was like I think the word chum has like a definition where it's something to do with like dead fish or something, like rotting fish or something, and like yeah, I have to look the exact specifics up, but it's something like this, and like it's why people don't eat at the chum bucket, and why a Plankton never gets any business whatsoever, because all the people in Bikini Bottom are like creeped out by the naming of the restaurant.
Ooh, a present in every one.
I don't know if Plankton's like aware of it or not. I just found that like interesting trivia to like talk about that I remember hearing about like either a day or two ago, and I figured it'd be worth bringing up since I remembered it.
Clean as a whistle.
What can I do with this thing? Anything. Huh, not bad, I guess. Must have to toss that far unless... Wait. Oh, I see. The watermelon homes in. Neat. Let's see, I was talking about TV shows. Sorry if I got, like, sidetracked. Yeah, I watched a lot of shows. There were some good shows on, like, all the networks for the most part. I enjoyed watching a lot of that. Cartoon Network had, like, my favorites, though. But we need to sit down and watch more of those. Like you mentioned, like, they watched, like, every SpongeBob episode in here. I don't think I've ever watched every episode of any show besides, like, certain animes, maybe, and, like, I will say, I think I nearly watched all the episodes of Futurama back in the day. I watched Adult Swim quite a bit, and now I don't watch TV anymore because I don't have TV now. Like, I have like a TV to play games on, but not like
better.
cable. Like, in general, yeah, I don't really have any way to watch TV shows unless I watch them online through some site. There's a lot of shows I did watch a lot of, though. I think I saw like most of Futurama until they had like a new run. I think there's like a movie or something that like renewed Futurama's like season, because I remember I watched a ton of it and they showed like a good chunk of the episodes on Adult Swim, and I think I saw like majority of Futurama episodes. I honestly wouldn't even mind rewatching Futurama. It's really good. Really great episodes and a really great show that was fun to watch. Adult Swim has like a lot of those shows that I enjoyed, especially back in the day. Like, let's see, yeah, Robot Chicken was one I remember I liked a lot too. That was fun to watch and I really enjoyed it. Funny how like a lot of stuff I remember from Cartoon Network that I like nowadays is mostly Adult Swim stuff. I mean, in the past there's a lot, like just on Cartoon Network itself that I watched though. Rick and Morty is pretty good, so I mean I watch that, but I don't watch it on TV anymore. I have to watch it online. Although Season 3 was kinda not the best, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't like it a lot. What else is on there? Not really entirely cartoon focused, obviously. I know they have Konami on there again after Konami got closed down a long time ago, and I always liked Konami. Okay, maybe I don't need the watermelon. Whatever
I
then.
think SpongeBob's underwear fits
Let's
quite
see.
right.
I think they've had Eric Andre show and some other show like that. I don't remember what the other show I'm thinking of is. Like somebody else doing like a late night show or whatever on Adult Swim. I know Tim and Eric was big on Adult Swim some time ago. I don't really care for Tim and Eric too much. They did some neat stuff though, and I liked watching some of their stuff, but I never really cared about it too much. They've got some funny skits though. What I had seen was like something I really enjoyed, so I'll give them props where it's due. I liked a lot of Tim and Eric stuff. That was one thing I can give credit where it's due is, yeah, they had a lot of funny stuff on Adult Swim, which I appreciated a lot. I talk about TV shows a lot, honestly. There are a lot of shows I just really like, honestly. That's weird. Do I not have the option to throw that and break it? Maybe I'll have to break it later. Let me see here. About the pressure plate? Yeah, okay. I've talked about shows on there a while. There's a lot of them that are good, and there's a lot that aren't that good on Adult Swim, unfortunately. If you want to talk like a classic show I didn't like from Adult Swim, look at Squidbillies. That show never really felt very good to me. Felt like it was kind of dumb and not really interesting. It's just really stupid humor that made fun of like country stereotypes. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't anything great either. I never really found myself enjoying it though every time it came on. Patrick can also throw or jump up on throw fruit to get to higher places. That throw fruit as well by throwing fruit on top of another throw fruit. Okay, I mean, simple enough mechanic. I don't think I ever tried to use that. So wait, does it regrow? Because we're supposed to get another one at, unless, well, maybe I gotta go up and do it. Okay, easy to work with, I guess. A little weird, not that I mind. And I find it weird how, like, Adult Swim decided to, like, use... Or Cartoon Network did, like, Adult Swim to do a reboot of, like, Samurai Jack. I don't know. I watched it back in the day, and I liked Samurai Jack a lot. Found it weird seeing, like, a show that I really loved get a continuation off of Adult Swim, though. One of Cartoon Network's classics, in my opinions. There were a lot of good things on Cartoon Network. I can talk about, like, a lot of shows I like from them. Oh, goddammit, game. Let me stop throwing them at the wrong spot, please. If I can get up. Sorry, this is taking a little bit. I'm gonna stop playing in a little bit, too. I'm not really feeling this game. It's not bad, but I don't feel like I'm having a ton of fun with it. It's alright. I mean, I just don't think I'm enjoying the gameplay enough. Yeah, okay, let's say I'll stop around, like, maybe 10 minutes for the next area change, maybe, because I think I'm done. It's been alright. Let's see. I'm trying to think what I want to talk about for a little bit. Oh yeah, I need to watch the Microsoft thing. I want to talk about that, and I should talk about the Nintendo Direct today. I got carried away. We'll talk about it on future stream nearby, like whenever I get to whatever I'm doing next. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. As soon as we get more people around, maybe during a Paper Mario stream. Origami King's been nice, so I'm looking into like doing another stream, but relatively shortly. I've been not rushing with it though, and wanting to take my time and using like the time while I'm not playing it to just go for doing other stuff. So yeah, I've been wanting to take my sweet time getting through the story. It's been really, really enjoyable so far. So naturally, I don't want to go too fast with it and want to enjoy the pacing. I mean, it's been a while since I've had a Paper Mario game I've actually enjoyed that's like a new release, so yeah, natural that I wouldn't want to run through what I'm liking here. I haven't liked one like the way I'm liking this one since Super Paper Mario. Fuck you too, robots. There we go.
I will crush them.
Ugh. Just a machine to keep shooting more robots out.
Here's a whistle.
This may be one of the few games, well, I don't even know how good it is in total. I haven't enjoyed, like, so much that I found it amazing, but, like, a few licensed games, it isn't completely terrible. Like, I actually find this to be somewhat decent compared to certain other licensed games. I haven't played a lot that I could say I liked that were, like, really good in terms of licensed games. This one's actually decent, though. Not sure I would do full stream of it or play much of it, since I don't think I'm enjoying myself a lot, but it's pretty good.
What just happened?
I think a lot of licensed games of the day were good. Like I said, talking about Madagascar and how I liked that. Let's see, I'm trying to think on licensed games by, like, devs that didn't make games pretty much back in the day, like stuff that people knew about. Honestly, like, I remember Spongebob games not being too bad, like, even before this one. Like, one I played that was decent that I already talked about. Let's see. Madagascar game is only one that I can remember. I think I played a Finding Nemo game as well, and it was alright. Like, I didn't hate it. It wasn't the best game ever, obviously, but I remember that I found myself enjoying playing it. It was, like, not the worst experience. I bought it to get a movie ticket, which was honestly a waste of money, but not really something that bothered me. Doesn't bother me now either too much. I didn't really value money as much as I should have when I was younger, so yeah, probably wasted some money on stuff that didn't matter in the end. And how the hell am I supposed to reach that when this throw fruit thing is like so far away? I need to be able to walk up all the way over here, don't I? Unless, yeah, it just hones in on the robot, doesn't it? How the hell are you supposed to stop that from happening? Maybe it doesn't matter that much. Looking as if there's a way to get this over here. But yeah, I remember I played like a few of them. A lot of them weren't very good. Played some like Rugrats games that I think now I'd probably not really like too much if I played them again, but like played these in the past and found them to be not that bad, but I think nowadays my judgment would be less friendly. Hold on a second, what does this say actually? Pick up robots you stun, throw them into other robots. How exactly? Okay, I see. Ouch! Yeah, screw you, robot. We can knock it over at least. Wow. Not a fun game mechanic, I'll put it lightly. Probably just gonna say screw that and keep going to the next area. I don't know. This is a decent game though, despite that. Let's change topics for a little bit. Yeah, one thing I've not liked, which is really a big deal, I want to do more multiplayer stuff on the stream. I feel like I haven't done much. I'm going to be trying to change that up a little bit in future streams. Not by like a whole lot, but I want to do more. We had Smash and things could have gone a little better, to be honest. That was a stream I was not happy with how that went, but I think this Parsec thing is going to be fun for experimenting with like differing stream ideas. I want to like test out some stuff. And one thing I'm looking forward to with Parsec is like playing a bunch of different games with you guys. I think it's gonna be fun to play like all these things. I want to do more in general that involve viewers. Like I want to do Jackbox game at some point. I want to do another more Smash stuff, but I want to do like all sorts of games with you guys that I haven't been able to do. Parsec is going to enable me to like play a lot of multiplayer games that I never thought I'd be able to stream.
Squidward tells me
otherwise,
you're looking for the
either.
king jellyfish.
Right, this is about the best place to stop, I think.
Good thing, too. That monster has been stinging all my good customers in their poop decks. I hear that you can find him up top of Old Spork Mountain here. Go hook that beast, sailor!
Oh boy, Mr. Krabs.
Maybe I'll stop it
I'll see what I
the
can
boss.
do.
I don't know about that. I think I'm probably going to stop before that. It's not bad, I just don't know if I care to keep going. Not really interesting me a whole lot. I'm going to be playing Spyro eventually anyway, so whatever. But yeah, I want to do more games that are like focused on having a little bit of multiplayer in the future. I'm glad I've got time to like interact with like different stuff that I want to test out on stream. I'm gonna open up to like a lot of suggestions, and I want to do like more experimental stuff. Starting soon, we're gonna do like a YouTube thing soon where we like watch like YouTube videos on stream and watch like recommended videos people give me. So I feel like there's a lot I want to do. Hopefully it'll be more interesting than this game is. Also, I might do more one-ops or more games like this in the next few streams. This has been fun and interesting, though. It's been a departure. I guess this year's going to be mostly older games. There's a lot of the stuff that I am interested in there hasn't been a lot that I'm really interested in this year. We'll see.
Underwear fits quite right. That's much better.
But yeah, well, I guess we'll see. I definitely... Yeah, let's see. Where does a save and stop at this? Yeah, save the game. Gonna stop. Today's been alright, not great. I just didn't really care much for this. I don't think I'm gonna resume it. It's been interesting. I think I'll say we're done with this, though. I want to do more games. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna try to watch that Xbox presentation and like have some other stuff I want to talk about soon, too. I'm sure there's plenty we can talk about that I just forgot about. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be just as good. Got another game for you guys. It'll be interesting tomorrow if I don't end up streaming Parsec stuff. And if we do multiplayer, I think it'll be a fun night. I want to have, like, dedicated Parsec week every week if I can get... Or not week, Parsec day every week if we can get this to working right. Just got to get it set up correctly. There's a lot of fun stream ideas I've been tossing around in my head. So I'll go ahead and get ready to stop the stream now. Thank you guys so much for stopping by tonight. I had a lot of fun. It wasn't the most entertaining game in the world, but chatting with you guys and doing this game was enjoyable, and I had a decent time, so I'll stop it here tonight. Thank you guys for stopping by, though. Hope you all have a great day or night, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.